quick message before today's webinar. If you are involved with or know any events that require ticketing or admissions, we have a purpose-built platform just for ticket events. Like RunSignup, it's free to use and provides the same marketing and event day tools to help you put on a seamless event. For more information, visit TicketSignup.io. You can schedule a call there or just start creating your event for free today. Now on to the webinar.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us today. We will get started quickly here. Just a few housekeeping items to go over. This webinar is being recorded, and we'll send it out to everyone in about 24 hours along with today's slides. You can always find our recordings and the slides under the Knowledge Base tab on our website. If you have any questions throughout the webinar, please feel free to pop them in the question box here, and myself and Blair will try to get to them during the webinar. If there's a few standout questions, Whitney will go through some questions at the end if we do have some time. And Whitney, feel free to take it away.
Awesome. All right, y'all, thank you for your patience. Welcome to RunSignup 101. And today we're going to talk about email V2. I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Whitney Taylor. I am part of our amazing onboarding team. Our onboarding team are full of individuals that you will probably interact with as your first interaction on the RunSignup platform. We are a great group, and we hope that you have your first interaction as something positive, where we then move you through our RunSignup system. So with that being said, let's just dive right in. So today we are going to talk about what email V2 is, who should be using email V2, how to create and send emails. We'll talk about our just basic features within our email marketing system to our more complex features in our email marketing system, and how you can utilize our email marketing system as an all-in-one resource for email marketing. And then, like Jen said, if we have time at the end, I'll answer a couple of questions, but you can ask them in the chat. And if we don't get to you in the chat, we will respond to you via email. Just give us 1 to 2 days to sort through everything. So what is email V2? To simplify this, email V2 is an email marketing system. If you are familiar with a Constant Contact, MailChimp, any type of third-party email marketing system, that is what email V2 is. We are a all-in-one go-to stop for writing emails, sending emails, automation, lists, etc. You can upload images, you can build templates. We have spent a lot of time on building out this email V2 system. The reason why it's called V2 is because it is an upgraded version of our original email system. So with that being said, if you have logged into our platform before, or if you are a user of our platform before, you may have seen something that says Email Marketing Legacy. Email Marketing Legacy is our original email system. That is something where individuals that have been on our platform for a long time and they have their emails already in there and they have lists in there, we've kept that so that they can keep that information and migrate that over to email V2. This is a RunSignup 101. So the intention here is that we are sharing this information for individuals that are either interested in RunSignup, new to our platform, or are just getting started. And so for you, email V2 is the only thing you need to care about. Email V2 is what you see when you log in, and that is what you're going to be utilizing as the email system. So who should be using email V2? Absolutely everyone. Every single individual on our platform who has set up an event should be utilizing email V2, whether that's just to do basic communication with your participants, whether that's just to follow up with the participants, or you want to use it for a more robust way of marketing, you should be using our email system. Why should you be using our email system? Because our email system is everything that you need in one, and it is free. It will help you grow your revenue. It will help you grow your participant list, and it will also help you grow your event. With that being said, we also are 100% mobile friendly with our email V2. And as you can see the statistics, 78% of website traffic now comes from mobile devices. And so having having an email system that works with mobile is extremely important, and we got you covered. And if I haven't sold our email system enough, let's talk about why emails matter. So I want to bring it back to just the basics of being a human. If you are watching this, more than likely you are a human being, which means that you have been in some type of relationship, whether that be a family relationship, a friendship, or a significant other in your life. And within those relationships, what is the number one most important thing that needs to take place to continue having that relationship, building that relationship, and creating harmony within the relationship? Communication. It's the same thing with your participants and with growing your event. You need to communicate. And I don't know if you've heard this before, but if you've been to therapy of any sort, over communication is not a bad thing. The more you communicate, the more people understand, the more clarity that has been given, and the less questions that will be asked to you in the interim. So if you want to cut back on those emails in your inbox asking basic questions like, when does it start? Where do I go? Should I bring water? Do you have water? Use our email system. You can use it for engaging your participants with information as well as reaching out to potential participants. And we have all of the features in there to do so. So instead of going through step by step with snapshots here, I'd like to just dive into a demo where we're going to walk through exactly what it looks like in the back end for the email V2 and how you can utilize this to benefit your event. So bear with me as I switch to a different screen. All right, we are in the initial dashboard of an event. So this is an event that I've created, and this is my dashboard. We're going to scroll down to the left-hand side where you have all of your options to make adjustments to your event, and we're going to go to Email Marketing V2. As I've said in the past, you can see Email Marketing Legacy. You do not need to worry about that. Email Marketing V2 is the only email marketing option that you need to concern yourself with. So we're going to click into that, and you're going to see these drop downs. We're going to go through a majority of the drop downs to just talk about what you need to know within them and how you can start sending emails after this webinar. So let's get into send email. So when you initially set up to send an email, you're going to be asked who you want to send this to. So we're going to click in and select who we want to send this to. You'll see here, I have a ton of lists. These lists are people that I can send to, or I can choose not to send to. Right here at the top, I have a custom list that has been created. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, send this to my custom list. But then I want to exclude anybody that has who has registered for this specific event. So that's what these include, exclude options are. It's basically saying I want to include this list and I want to exclude the other list. The only reason why you would need to use exclude is if there are specific individuals that you do not want to receive this email. Aside from that, let's say I just want to send to my custom list, then I could just say include my custom list and send to my custom list and not worry about it. So that is the list piece and choosing who you want to send it to. So we're going to save that here, and you'll see at the top it shows I'm including my VIP list, but I'm excluding anybody that has registered for this event. So if they've registered, but they're in my VIP list, they will not get an email. Then we have our from, which is sending from my specific race. And then we put our subject line in. I'm just going to type in test for this specific purpose, but I want to show you two really important things. So pay attention here. One of them is right here, this best practices. We have done a lot of work and been very intentional about putting these little best practice drop downs in different areas of our platform to provide you the accurate information and the most effective information to get you help you gain a better understanding of what this is and how to utilize it to optimize your results. And so make sure when you see these best practices that you do read them, because they are extremely helpful. Another little thing that I want to show you is this help button right here. That will be at the top right-hand corner of every page on your race dashboard within each individual section. That will give you a step-by-step tutorial on how to utilize this page. I'm saying this across the board for everything within RunSignup. We create a ton of content, and we spend a lot of time and effort building out these tutorials. Use them. They are extremely, extremely helpful if you feel stuck in one of these sections. So that's just a little plug for the entire platform, not just this. All right, now let's go down to actually creating the content of our email. We're first going to talk about these placeholders. So if you see, it says view available placeholder. So these placeholders are similar if you've used a third-party marketing, email marketing before, of entering in the like first name, last name. So we'll pull that data. That's exactly what these placeholders are, except we have so many because we have a lot of data in our system. So you could send an email out to everyone where it would pull the information from the race for the race start date. It will pull the information for the location. It can even pull specific registration links. But definitely utilize this, because the more customized your email is, I know that you've received an email where it's like, hey, Sarah, it's nice to have that first name. So make sure that you do take advantage of these placeholders that we have in here. Now, going into actual creating the email. When you hit create email, this is the first page that you're going to see. And essentially, this is the template or the email form that we're going to be using. We give you multiple options to choose from. You can start from scratch if you're super creative, just starting from a blank page and building your own. We also have these basic templates that you can use that will just give you your like header, footer. We're actually going to go into the basic template here soon, but we have the basic template, and then use your HTML. This is if you're working with a graphic designer, you've been around for a while, you actually have a team that writes these emails for you and that builds out the images, the structure, all of it. You can take the HTML from that and input it into here for it to create the email for you. We have some additional options. If you're like me and your just design brain isn't necessarily there, we have built some pre-built templates for you. We also have different sections that you can utilize it. So like donations, post race, we have like launch, t-shirt reveal, certain things like this. And you can utilize our pre-built templates, put your color scheme in, update, change the photos if you'd like, do whatever you'd like to customize it to yours, but just kind of gives you a general structure of how the email should be built. Last but not least, we have our save templates. So let's say you've gone in and you've spent time building out your templates. If you built your templates, you love the way they look, you have the color scheme right, you have the photos in there right, save the template. That way, when you go back in the future, you can utilize that template again and again. So we have these 3 little buckets you can use. And then I'm going to jump back into our basic template just to show you how to set up and utilize the templates. So let's go into the basic template, and we have now popped up what this looks like. It's our draft email. We have our header right here. As you can see, we have a logo, we have the name of my race, then I have my buttons. I can make adjustments to this by clicking on this little tool right here, jumping into it, and then making adjustments as you see here. I want to say before we dive into the templates even more, my number one piece of advice here, go into the system and mess around. Click buttons, type things in, play around with the templates. You can't break anything, and you're not going to send anything out to your participants by just messing around in the templates. Because the best way to learn the templates is to understand how they work, click around in them, and to really get a a like hands-on experience with them to make sure that it looks the way you want to look. And you won't know if you like it left aligned or right aligned until you test it out and see. So definitely dive in here. Do not be afraid to click around. So now that we've talked about the header, I just want to show you, you can change your theme color. So right now I have it as gold, but I could change it to this, it's almost like a purple, like a darker blue. And that you'll see that'll change my buttons up here. So the theme color has then changed. You'll also see if we move forward down in the template, I could add a section here. I could also say like, ooh, I don't like this content section. I could delete it with that little trash can. So we're going to go in and I'm going to add a section just to kind of show you how this works. We could do a 1 column, which would be this big block. We could do a 2 column, which would add 2 sections, or a 3 column, which would add 3. We're going to do 2. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and add a QR code. So I could have a QR code here where they could scan it for some intentional purpose. We could link it to a certain area of the platform. And then I say I want it centered. So we will update that. And then I'm going to go ahead and I am going to add the section title. So in the section title, I've added the content. And now if I want to edit it, I just click this little gear button again, and I can go in and edit my text. So I'm just typing stuff in for the purpose of showing you how this works. But you can edit it here, you click update, and then we have edits. Another thing that we could go ahead and add is you'll see here the content blocks also pop up on the right-hand side. So I'm going to go ahead, I want to add an image. So I jump into my area where I could add an image. Let's say I don't have an image that I want to upload, but I want to create an image. So I could go into my image gallery. If I had images uploaded in here, all of my images would show in this image gallery. So any images that you do upload into your image gallery, you can utilize and they will be saved. So you can use these across all emails that you create. But we also have some system emails in here. I'm just going to, let's see, Halloween, we'll stick on theme since October is around the corner. So I'm going to add these pumpkins. So I picked an image. I'm going to add the pumpkins. We're going to scroll down to the bottom and hit update. So now I have a photo. And now I've created my template. Then what I can do is I can hit continue. And it's going to bring me to, again, view my email. And so you'll see here at the top, I have the ability to either view it on desktop or mobile, which is extremely helpful because if you've worked in third-party email marketing systems before, or pretty much anything, like if you built a website, everything looks different on mobile than it does desktop. So being able to jump between the two to see the way they look is extremely helpful. And it also, this gives you the ability to make edits to your template if you see something that you don't like, or if you want to make an update to your subject line, you have your full review of what you're sending out. So as I review it, we're just going to say it looks great. We're going to move on and we're going to click review email. From there, this is our last page before we would actually send the email out. And this page has some really important information on it. So the confirm email page, what we have is sending time, whether or not we want to send this email out immediately or if we would like to schedule this email out to be sent. I highly recommend taking time in your week or your month to set aside a couple of hours and create these templates, create these emails and schedule them. Because if you schedule them, you're saving yourself time in the future without having, so you don't have to worry about these emails going out. You already know that they're set, they're saved, and they are going to go out when they say they're going to go out. You can select the specific date and time that they go out, and it will be super helpful to just get that off of your plate. You also get to see over here the recipient list, who we're sending these to, and it'll give you an estimate of how many people are on that list. Next, we will go into what kind of email this is. So here's another one of those helpful tips. We have two types of emails in our platform, and I'm going to drop this tip down so you can see it and read it if you would like. We have a marketing email and we have transactional emails. Marketing emails are those promotion emails, the emails that you're sending out asking somebody to either join your event, or you're promoting your sponsors, or maybe you're selling something in addition. That's a marketing email. A transaction email are the extremely important emails that have pertinent information regarding your event that every single individual who is registered needs to know. So those are the differences. So it's like maybe you have a marketing email sequence where you're sending emails out every 2 to 4 days, and you are just making sure that you're getting your sponsors' attention, you're making sure you're getting everything out there, and you are getting the most from people signing up. That's great, but some people that have already signed up for the race might not want to see that. And so they can select that they just want transactional emails. And those transactional emails are going to be something like, there's water at mile 3, 5, and 6 of this race. Start time is here. You need to make sure you catch the buses 30 minutes early. Those kind of communication emails are transactional emails. You'll also see, I'm going to pop this back up. You'll also see this deduplication option. This deduplication option is essentially saying if you have multiple emails that are the same within your list, do you want to send them the same email 4 times? So I'm just saying, let's say there's somebody, I went in and I signed up myself and 4 other individuals under, or 3 other individuals under my email address. So my email address is in there 4 times. This deduplication option, if you said email only, would send 1 email to me, and those other 3 emails would not get sent. If I selected email and name, then it would send 4 emails out because each individual has their own individual name, and then it's associated with my email address. So they would still get, that's a unique email send if the names are different, if that makes sense. So that's what the deduplication option is. Then we go and we can review the email one last time before we go ahead and choose to send it. So I can then hit schedule email and it will send out my email. And that is essentially it when it comes to the actual email itself. We've gone through it. So now you can go in, you can mess around, and you can send an actual email. But now we're going to go through some of the other tabs that are underneath here so that you can see them and really understand what they mean. And we're going to kind of breeze through them because most of them are already included in that send email structure. This one is the custom list. So custom lists are like the VIP list that I had. Another custom list that you could create is, let's say you would just go and click that button that says create custom list. Then I'm going to put in MailChimp. So if you were bringing over your lists from a third-party vendor and you want them in our platform to save yourself some money, you could do that here. You would then, let's say, create the list called MailChimp. And then what I can do now that I have my custom list is I can upload that data into the system. So what I can do is I can go in and I can click add new content, and then I can put in the email address, first name, last name, if I want to add people individually. But the best way to do it is with this CSV upload. So you would take an Excel file and you would upload your data into the system, one full swoop, super easy to do, and you have your list in the system. So that is the custom list. The second one is the templates. I'm not going to dive into those again because we already talked about them. The 3 sections that I showed you, your basic template, your pre-built templates, and then your save templates. Then we have our manage emails, which is essentially just showing you sent emails that have come out of the system that you have sent. We have our scheduled emails, so you can see your list of scheduled emails. The really cool thing is that you can also manage those emails if you need to make updates to them. We also have our draft emails. So if you have emails sitting in draft that you need to edit and then send out, you can access them here. The next tab is the email capture. So what email capture is, I'm going to turn it on really quick just to show you. This is the pop-up that would show up on your website. So if you've ever been to a website of any sort, more than likely you've experienced a pop-up at some time, whether or not they're offering a freebie, they're offering to sign up for their newsletter, they're offering something with this pop-up. That is exactly what this is, and you can choose to turn it on for your website on RunSignup. Then we have our automated emails. These are our default automated emails within our platform. The incomplete registration, price increase, and registration follow-up. You can see with the green checkboxes, that means that I have that turned on. I do highly recommend that you utilize these. If you've ever heard the term, it takes somebody 7 times before they take action on something, that kind of goes along with this incomplete and the price increase emails. The more that you reach out and inform them that something is going on, that they need to finish their race registration, or that the price is going to increase, those little contact points, even though they seem like they may be doing nothing, they are actually making an impact. So it's important that you do utilize these. You can make edits to them. So we'll go into the incomplete registration. Right now, it's just a standard email that goes out. You can choose how many days after they've gone into the system you want it to be sent out, but you can also make edits to this email to customize it more. I do recommend customizing these emails so that you can come off as more user-friendly and it doesn't look like it is just an automated email, but definitely utilize what we have in the system for automated emails. And then the last feature I want to show you are the reports. So we do email statistics just like those third-party marketing systems do. We do open rates, we do deliver rates, we do unique clicks. We have all of that information within our system that we track. Obviously, this is a test event that I have set up, so I don't have any data in here, but I just wanted to show you what it looks like because we do utilize these features. We also have unsubscribes that you can see for anybody that has unsubscribed in this system. So that is the end of the live demo. Now we're going to get back into the slide where I want to just go over a couple of last minute things. I want to touch on the difference between marketing and transactional emails again. I just want to make sure we understand the difference because you can have somebody unsubscribe from your marketing emails but still be subscribed to your transactional emails and vice versa. So just understanding that and knowing the difference between the two is important when you're going into our system. The next one are our automated emails. Like I said, I've touched on this already, but I just wanted to drive home the importance of utilizing our automated emails. You can get a lot of work done up front and set it and forget it to actually handle all of the race-related business stuff moving forward if you get these automated emails set up and you get your email set up beforehand. It will take a bulk of your time up front, but it will save you so much time in the future. And it is so helpful to continue to communicate to your participants as well as your future participants. And then last but not least, again, the data. We get asked this question all the time, so I wanted to just hammer on it of the fact that we do capture unique clicks, open rates, etc. So you can see what's doing well and what's not and adjust accordingly. So we are nearing the end of this webinar, and the biggest thing, what do you need to do to enable email V2? And that answer is essentially not much. Email V2 is in the system ready for you to use. You just need to start sending emails. If you are brand new to this, or you're new to the racing space, or you've never done an event before, essentially all you might need to do is go into that sent email and set up your first email. But if you've done this in the past, or you're coming from a different platform, or you have just more stuff that you want to get into our system, like images, contact lists, etc., and build out those templates, you can do that. Those are things that you could do upfront, build it ahead of time before your race goes live. And last but not least, this is a general marketing email sequence we have just to throw out there. If you are brand new to this and you're kind of looking for guidance on like, how do I do this? How do I start? How many emails is too many? How many emails isn't enough? This little snapshot right here, if you want to take a photo, if you want to take a screenshot, or if you want to wait until this webinar comes out on video and then write this all down, but this is a good general timeline for sending out marketing emails. All right, we have made it to the end of this webinar. Now, what if I'm going to ask my handy dandy friends here, do we have like a question or two that was like popped up often that I could answer?
I had one about, is there a way to change the color of the text in the button/text section?
That is a great question. And I am not 100% confident, but I'm fairly sure that is a yes. I'm pretty sure that we have the ability to change change text in there. But I can get back to you, whoever did ask this question, I can get back to you specifically, but I'm like 99% certain that you can change the color.
And another one about, can we attach PDF files?
Great question. Blair, can we?
I don't think so.
I don't recall. That's what I recall at one point we were able to, but I think that we were having issues with deliverabilities. And because of that, we stopped that option. So I'm going to go with no, because even if you could, you do not want to, because it's going to cause some deliverability issues. Granted, again, I will verify that one for you. Great question.
I believe you ladies are correct. We do have the capability of putting PDF files on our website V2 now, but not in the email because of the deliverability. It will get marked as spam in most cases.
Yes.
Yeah, and I think we got to most of the other questions, and the ones we didn't get to, we can follow up after the webinar.
Perfect. Well,
Yeah,
this is
a little more specific.
Yes. Thank you guys so much for your time today. I hope that this was helpful, and we will chat on the next 101.